Here we are with the next preview for Grimsby Town. As it's a quick turnaround as we go straight from Walsall on Tuesday night, not Wednesday night, to Accrington Stanley now on Saturday afternoon as the Mariners head to Accrington in very good form, shall I say, and unbeaten so far. And obviously the return for Harvey Rogers, going back to his former club over the weekend. So it should be an interesting game. I'm here to give you all the stats and my thoughts on the pre-match press conference that David Artell did do. One, of course, with the club media and one with John Tonder for Humberside. In regards to team news, some of the players that are out at the moment, like Yasin and Zach Gilzenon, they are doing well. They are back on the grass. They are running, and they are getting there. Danny Rose is getting closer as well. He's a few more weeks away than them, but he is getting closer. They're all getting closer. So that's always good to know from them. According to David Artell in his pre-match with John Tonder, he said they do have a big recruitment meeting coming up. Obviously, with only about 9 days to go of the transfer window, will there be any more dealings? I will say there will be. And you have to wonder what they've got on their sleeve. Still think we need another right back and possibly another forward, or possibly in the midfielder somewhere. I don't think we need to go mad. I don't think we need to be bringing in 3-4 players. He was asked about permanents or loans, and he did say, was it a thought process to basically not bring that many loans in? He said you can't really class it as the idea to bring other people in or players in permanently or loaned. As he said, we just want to be bringing players in that want to be here, and again, that is important, that we have players that want to be here. And David Artell is, at the minute, very coy on transfers, but also very honest with the way he's doing things. One thing that John did ask him about was asking him about whether he felt like this game, where there's any chance of players taking their eye off it. Obviously, with Man U coming up early next week, next Wednesday, of course, when we play Manchester United. He said no. He said his concern mainly would be Bristol Rovers, which is the one straight after Man United. That'll be the test, I think. What you can't do so far, at least since the Man U draw was done, you can't say that the guys haven't been distracted by it. They've had 2 games since the draw, and they've performed maybe against Walsall not as strong with the ball, but off the ball they were fantastic. And we've just been, we've been taking it one game at a time, taking each game as seriously as the one before. And I have not seen that in the last few weeks. I have not seen. I've seen fully focused players, and that is really what you have to give the credit to. And I expect nothing less on Saturday against Accrington. So no real major injury concerns. There's obviously knocks all over the place, but you're going to get that. You'll never have a fully fit squad. It never happens. Maybe the only time you get that is the first day of pre-season, but apart from that, hardly ever. There's always knocks or niggles going around. So I thought Artell spoke very well in both interviews, and just to tie up the pre-match obviously that he did with the club, he was asked a lot about the win on Tuesday over Walsall, and was very complimentary with the way that we played. We probably, looking back, and it was like we may have played better than he thought we did. But I probably was in agreement with Artell where we probably weren't the best on the ball this time. But, you know, he said Walsall will be up there. I think they probably will be. I think they'll be around it. So, all positives by David Artell going into this very tricky game against Accrington Stanley. Obviously, the club as well did hold an interview with Harvey Rogers, which is now on their social media channels. So if you do want to go and hear from Harvey leading up to this game, obviously against his former club, do go and check that out on Grimsby Town's YouTube channel. And now that bit is out of the way, now we'll talk about a few stats of the game going forward. Can tell you that obviously this is the next game, the fifth game of the season, and fourth game of the season, apologies, in the league, and we can tell you that the form between the two sides could not be more different. 2 losses and a draw. Obviously, Accrington played in the preliminary round of the cup, 2 losses and a draw. The overall form for them is 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw for Accrington. Grimsby, of course, unbeaten so far this season, 3 wins and a draw in the league, and 4 wins and a draw in the last 5 games in general. Very good start for the Mariners. Hopefully going to try and keep it going at the Wham Stadium. I'm not going to start breaking into Wham songs, shall we say, but there we go. And obviously takes place on Saturday the 23rd of August. As we look in some stats here, this actually is not a place where Grimsby do that good. And actually Accrington is a team that have the edge over the Mariners. In the last 17 games played against each other, Grimsby have only won 5 times. Accrington have won 9 of those and 3 draws in the process. So much so, it's quite a big discrepancy in the way of goals as well. 23-31 in Accrington's favour, goal-wise. That is a 1.82 goal score ratio to 1.35 for the Mariners. So, you know, Accrington have, would I say have our number? I would probably say so. If we look at the last, 5 games, when we played them back in 2022 in the EFL Trophy, Accrington came away from Blundell Park with a 1-0 win. That was in November of 2022. The 2 games in 2023, in the 23-24 season, Accrington beat Grimsby 2-0 at Blundell Park and 0-0 in February of 2024. And last season, Grimsby got a massive win in the start of December, the 3rd of December, where they got a 5-2 win, and then a game that really Town should not have lost, and somehow contrived to lose, 3-2 at the Wham back in January, actually New Year's Day. Somehow Grimsby lost that match. Still no idea how, but obviously Accrington will feel buoyed by that. You know, obviously they've not had a great start in the league, but they have done well in the cup. You know, beating teams from higher leagues. The last win was against Peterborough. So, they're going to feel buoyed by that as well. The first time that we played Accrington, Grimsby got away with a 2-0 win, but then lost 4-1. The one that was in April, that was in 2006-07, where was the first time we came across Accrington and shared the wins then. If we look at the odds briefly between Accrington and Grimsby, it's near enough level. They're just edging the Mariners 23-20, 23-10 at certain places for Accrington, and 23-10 is the draw. So it's a difficult one. It's gonna be a tough one, this. And like I said, still very, very early on in the season for the Mariners and Accrington. If we were to look at the table at the moment, again, still very, very early, but nice to look at. The Mariners lie in second place with 3 wins from 4, and that great draw at Harrogate in the end. 9 goals scored for the Mariners, 4 conceded against a team who have had only 1 draw out of their first 3 games, and 2 defeats in that time. Scored 2, conceded 5, with a -3 goal difference, just the 1 point as they lie in 20th place. But what we can't do is let that cloud our judgment. Whenever you go anywhere in the EFL, Accrington is not going to be an easy place to go to. Obviously, they had John Coleman up until last season. The new guys have come in. They did stabilise Accrington when they first came in and their job. So, obviously, it's a difficult place to go, and we've shown that over the times that we've gone there. Obviously, with a losing record against Accrington overall, you've got to basically think, this isn't going to be easy. I can't see many changes being made. I can probably see it. Probably Justin Amalazor may come in for Charles Burnham, depending on, I suppose, which way he feels like the Man U game's going to go. But I can't see too many. I can see, obviously, Jays again playing up top again. I can see Sweeney, Corey. I wouldn't surprise me if it goes unchanged. Apart from maybe that one change between Burnham and Amalazor. Really, why change too much? Christy Pym obviously will be in goal again. The back 3 is so much more solid. I think Harvey Rogers will keep his place, definitely against his former side, but he may play wing back. I wouldn't mind seeing Terrell Warren coming in for this one, actually. I think that would not be a bad choice if we decided to go that way. But what I love so far is the options, whatever we sort of have starts the game, what we're going to have on the bench is great. Like I said, with those 4 players that are out injured, when they come back, the strength this squad is going to have is could be quite frightening considering the quality off the bench. Now, does Jamie Walker come in for a start against Accrington? I'd look at that. That might be one of the only other changes from the other night that he might make, is Jamie Walker in the middle. But that would not be a bad change to make. And I think at the minute, there's nobody underperforming. So whoever gets the nod, I think Dara Burns may start again. Dara didn't. He didn't start against Walsall, but he made the cross, which Kieran Green obviously, like I said, he did a Luke Waterfall header type thing, and obviously built the goal for Corey to score, but I think whoever Artel goes with for this game, I think everyone will be happy with, or we know they'll give everything they've got, whoever goes in. So I think it's a tough game, and I love the fact that he's not dismissive of other teams, but he's more focused on what we're doing and seeing how they can focus with that and deal with us. But obviously, they will, we will have a plan on how to counter them and how to deal with them. So it's all looking rosy at the minute in the Grimsby Town, shall we say, in the Grimsby Town Garden. And we hope to keep it up, going to a very tough place in Accrington. Now, if I was to pick a score out for this one, I think the first goal in this game is going to be key. I think if the Mariners get it, we could possibly run away with it. Accrington aren't in the best form-wise, league-wise, so, but like I said, the way I'm saying is always a difficult place to go. This is one of these that you could go real big score, and it not end up being that, or you could go really low score and it could end up being so much more than that. I think the first goal is key. I think if the Mariners get the first goal, I think they'll run away with it. I think Accrington are going to want to keep it tight as well, but obviously come pushing us from the start, really. I'm going to go positive. I'd like us to get through the first real section of this, especially leading in the Man U game. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win over Accrington Stanley. I'm going to go for Evan Corey. I'm going to go for Kieran Green, and I'm going to go for all three midfielders. Jamie Walker if he starts. I think Corey, Green and Walker to get the goals for Accrington. I did like the way we performed, even though Jay's, if he does start, is going to be an absolute menace. Again, he always is. But I'm going to go for three midfielders to score this time. Obviously, depends on what team he actually goes with. But 3-0 is my choice. Now, leave me your thoughts down below and your score predictions as to what you think is going to happen in this game between Accrington Stanley and Grimsby Town. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll like to read them, and I will get back to you if you leave a message with me. Do like, do share, do subscribe, and do hit that bell button. And I'll let you know when I upload the review as well for this game, which will take place on Saturday night. You'll get that not long after the final whistle. You'll get that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be at the game on Saturday, but I will be keeping up with it and keeping tabs with it, and hopefully see a win. But leave your comments down below, your score predictions down below, and it's been a very busy month for the Mariners this month, and let's see if we can keep this positivity train rolling. So like, share, subscribe, comment, leave your comments down below, and let me know how many you think the ground is going to be, the attendance is going to be for this game. Apparently we've sold out our allocation for Accrington as well, or very close to doing so. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff, and I will see you for the review of the game on Saturday night. Until then, guys, up the Mariners, and I'll see you soon. Ta-da for now. Can we make it unbeaten through August? In the league at least. Let's see what we can do. I'll see you guys soon. Ta-da.